Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today we are going to start playing with some of the brand new products that I showed in my Close to My Heart haul. This is the Thanks Thin Cut as well as the Olive Branch Thin Cut. I think this is a lovely combination. I put one together to try it out to see if my thought worked, and I think it does. So let's get started. To do this, you will need the Olive Branch Thin Cut, and this is what it looks like. It makes a full panel that fits on the front of a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. And then the 2-layer thin cut that spells out thanks. I love these types of thin cuts. The thanks in the smaller letters are individual. They are not connected at all. The background border is all connected. To do the cutting, I am going to use my spellbinders. It's what I have, it's what I like, it's what I use. I think that it's important for you to find tools that work well for you, because if it isn't easy, you won't do it. Okay, I'm going to take, this is grape, this is one of our new colors, and I place my dies cut side up, and I'm going to put it at an angle so that you don't end up with that speed bump with the whole pressure of the roller hitting that all at once. If you put it at an angle, then it kind of glides its way over and it isn't quite so jarring, I think is the word I want to use. Oh, I don't know if I want to use the light side, the dark side. I think I'll use the dark side. The darker side of our two-toned cardstock is the true color, and then the lighter is just a bonus shade. Okay, here we go. Hand on here to keep it still, and crank, crank, crank. There's a lot of metal there, so it does take a little bit of muscle, but it cuts very nice. I was impressed because there's a lot to this. And all I do now, this is probably going to get messy all over, but I'm just going to kind of tap at it a little bit, and the pieces will come right out. And again on the other side here. And our cardstock is just the perfect consistency for cutting these doodads out. Any of the little pieces that are left in there, you can take your scissors, you can take, I have this little poker tool. This is something that we used to carry years ago. I think they have maybe a Fisker's brand now, but use whatever, and there you go. That's the first thing to cut. Then the next thing to cut are the thanks, and I thought it would be nice to do, I think I will do white cardstock. And one of the things that you can do if you're afraid your cardstock is going to shift, I have some low tack, and I rub it on my hand. It's just low tack, purple tape. It's like a painter's tape. You can use painter's tape. If that's what you have, go ahead, use it. Then I'm going to put the little letters with the black, and I think I can get these to go through at the same time. My plate is all warpy because it's well loved, and you just crank her through. And I think that worked out just fine. get this out of the way. I take my little piece of purple tape and I just stick it right on my machine so that I can use it again and again. You can use it many, many times. Okay. I think that will look nice on there. And I want to see how the white looks, if it shows up enough. Because I have an idea, if it doesn't, of something that I can do. So I have this thanks. Not sure if I like that or not. It's not bad. Oh, here's one that didn't come out. That's not bad. And then all the little letters. Let's get this glued together. This is just a card base that I made. The thing that I was thinking, I'll be right back, I'll be right back, I'll be right back. I'm looking for my grape. All these new colors. And I have to learn the new colors. I was just thinking it might be kind of neat to stick this under here like this. And that on top. And that's the back side. And then I think that thanks shows up so much better. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so we've got the back side there in the lighter shade of the grape. And I'm using liquid glue. Get that on there. You can kind of wiggle it around a little bit if you need to. And then here, I am just going to put a little bit of glue all the way around the edge and then hit some highlights in the middle. You know, all these little guys, you want to give a little bit of some kind of adhesive on there so they don't stick up. If they stick up, and they'll get caught on stuff and they'll tear, and we don't want that. We want them to stay glued in place. So a little bit of glue on here. I do want to try to use this to make a shaker card. I think this would be an amazing shaker card. My future daughter-in-law's birthday is coming up, and I think I might try that. Make her a birthday card and use this die as a shaker base. Okay. And just line it up. I'll get my head in the way. I'll bring it closer so I don't have to lean my head in the way. And the glue does give you a little bit of wiggle room. And that looks pretty gosh darn good. I flip it over and put a little pressure on the back and give it a little rub. You can stick something heavy. We have our biggest block here, so you could pop that on there while you're working on other stuff. And that will help it to flatten out and stay adhered. And then we have to pop out the little letters. And I think this is a beautiful font. It's delicate. I love the little swirl on the K. That is so sweet. Look at that. And again, ooh, where did my S go? Oh no. Oh, there it is. Look at it. I got hung up in there. I am going to take a little bit of glue and put it on here. And I am not going to pop this up. You certainly could pop the card up, but I find that sometimes you want to have a card that doesn't require extra postage. And this style, with it all flat, will go through the mail beautifully. You don't have to worry about the recipient having to pay extra to get their card. As much as I love Dimension, and I really love Dimension, sometimes you need something to be simple. And this card doesn't take that much time. I spent more time fiddling around trying to find my other great paper than I did really putting the card together. It's a little fiddly with putting the little letters on, but I think they look so striking. And just a couple more letters. And here there's a swirl on the H. Isn't that pretty? It's just delicate. Not too girly, but a little girly. And let's face it, most of us are girls. Most of us who are looking at how to make a card are girls. Though I will say my middle son, of my 3 boys, he is the one who will come down to my craft room and he will make a card for an occasion, for his girlfriend, or actually I should say fiance. For me, none of the other boys do that, but he does. And it's always fun to see. And here we go. I have all those letters in there. Isn't that pretty? And that's the black glitter paper on white daisy cardstock. And then I think, yep, that's going to show up nice and bright and cheery. The other thing that I think I will do, just to give this a little bit of zhuzh, and you don't have to do this, but I like to do it. I think it adds a little something something to my cards, is I am going to take a shimmer brush. Excuse my big old noggin there. I just want to try to get that lined up halfway decent. And I'm going to grab my shimmer brush. So this is it. And I have the clear one here. Oh, no, this one is actually, this is a color. We'll see what we end up with here. Just doing some little sparkly splatters. I'm just smacking it on the lid. And I think that looks great. I'm happy with that. So here we go. A simple thank you card using 2 of our new thin cut sets, the thanks and the olive branch. And I do love that stitched detailing on there. I think that just elevates a thin cut so much. You can see that on there. And the sparkliness of the black glitter cardstock, perfect. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed day. I'll see you next time.